like I mentioned earlier,
Okay.
I did something related to agriculture, and Vista is also into linking farmers in Germany, even in Sweden, even in Denmark, with the link with we graduate from other countries all over the world.
Okay.
So people in Asia, people in Africa, especially, if you really want to come, or like I came, I did something related to agriculture. I have read a lot of things in agriculture. You know, in our country or the university I attended, the agric we cover every
So
aspect of the agric.
you did a bachelor degree about agriculture.
Yes, bachelor in
Then you
agriculture.
get a chance to come here through
travel
Bixter.
to-
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Tell us about more about.
So, like I was explaining earlier, in Ghana, the bachelor's degree in agriculture, you study everything in agric. You start from economics to plant, to animals, to veterinary, to pest and disease and everything. So you become a master of none, but a jack of all trade
Okay.
in the agric sector.
Okay, I understand.
So this Vista thing, when we heard about it, I first of all, like I mentioned earlier, I went through the agency. The agency reviewed my CV. They checked my certificates. Everything was valid. And so I had to wait for some few months. I got a contract from a farmer in Germany that I should come and do an advanced internship with them. Actually, the word is advanced internship.
Okay.
You come and do advanced internship, and then after the advanced internship, you can decide to go back to your country, or you can decide to stay.
So as matter of question, you need to have degree, or you need to have certificate for getting the opportunity
With the livestock,
big
and
stuff.
with agriculture, you have to have a background in agriculture or anything related to animal science, veterinary, or something related like that before you can get opportunity to come.
Okay.
Not just a degree, but even with that one, I mentioned again that it has not to be diploma. It is not about certificate, but you have to get a bachelor's degree.
Bachelor degree.
Yes.
Okay.
Before you can be certified.
Okay. Oh, okay. How about you mentioned about Big Star? Is it free? You come here free, or you have to pay something, or like that?
Yeah, Vista, we pay something, but there's one amazing thing about them. You don't pay upfront.
Okay.
You pay when maybe you have gotten a contract, and you know that almost everything that you have to need before coming is complete. Then you pay something to them.
I understand something, but you say Big Star.
Yeah.
Is you how did you learn about Big Star? Did you contact them directly, Big Star, or you pass through someone else and then they help you like that?
So the best information about this is that a friend shared with me. But have you heard about Big Star? And I said no.
Yeah.
So from conversation, he was already in Germany, who came through the same Vista program.
Okay.
So when he called and explained to me, then he gave me address to an agency in Ghana.
Okay.
That go to that agency.
Yeah.
This is where the Vista people are, or this is where their agent is. So go and contact the agent and then take the process from there. When I went to the agent too, he requested about my transcript from the university. He requested for my certificate.
Okay.
He also requested for my CV and all relevant information that I'm supposed to get to bring. So fast forward in 2025, I went through all the processes and then I arrived in Germany that year.
Okay. You say you pay something, but not upfront. How did you secure your financial to pay for that amount? And can you maybe tell about how much in total you pay, and how did you secure your financial to pay Big Star?
So I think again, when I was in Ghana, there was a company that I was working with. A company.
Okay.
Like I mentioned earlier about agriculture, we do everything in agriculture.
Yeah.
We are a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
So we do trees, we do economics, we do everything.
So it means you work on all sector about agriculture.
Well, I have not worked all sectors. But I must say that I have worked within the cocoa sector.
Cocoa sector. That is crop.
Yes.
Okay.
When I was in Ghana, I was I was with Ulam Food Ingredient. It's an international company who works with cocoa in Ghana.
Yeah.
I was one of their sustainability staff. Even later, I left Olam and joined Barry Calibaut. It's also an international firm which also sources cocoa through Nyon Copper Company Limited in Ghana. So I work with all of them.
Yeah.
So my funding actually came from the little savings that I have done through the works that I engaged in for those few years or those few months. So I had some savings, and I should also use the opportunity to say that my family also came in. They supported me very much. My father at that time paid for my flights, he paid for some expenses. And then it helped me so much. So that's how I came through. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. As you know, there is a process when you secure a contract from the farmer here in Germany, then you have to apply for the visa. How was it going through? It was easier, difficult? What challenge did you face when you are about to prepare for visa and getting visa? After getting visa, flight ticket, and then you come through here, Germany. How was the process going through?
So the process has always been hectic. And it will always be hectic.
Yeah.
In Ghana, when I started my process, there was one big challenge. And the challenge was that securing an interview date with the German embassy. After I got all the documents that I'm supposed to submit, getting the date to go to the embassy for the interview was one of the daring moments.
Okay, what kind of document? What kind of document did you?
I have gotten documents. I mean, documents, my work permit, documents, my travel insurance document, my power of attorney that all those things that I had all of them. But now the problem came to lie on how to secure an appointment date. Let me say that everybody could have gone to the internet and secure an appointment date. But during that time, the German embassy, when you go online to secure appointment date, it was a bit scary. If you didn't know how to go about it, and don't forget it was my first time traveling internationally. So a lot of things were a bit compounded, and then I could not do everything myself. So I had to contact somebody through a friend. And the friend was a lady. She gave me somebody's number. Who the person was also a lady.
The lady is also experienced with traveling, or just
Are you referring to my friend or the one she gave me?
The friend you contact?
Yeah, my friend I contacted had also come through Vista to Germany.
So she already having experience.
She have the experience to share with me, and also the keys that he used to open those doors.
So you follow it?
Yes, I had to also follow it. She gave me somebody's contact. Unfortunately, on my part, and I gave money to the person to book an appointment for me. The person scammed me. Me of all people, they say, they have scammed me.
How is this scam?
I think I paid like 400 euro approximately.
400 euro just to secure a date for the interview.
Yes. And the person didn't actually do the work or whatsoever. Later on, I confronted and I even told the lady the person that I think that you have not been able to do the work. Right now, I also need a date. So what I want you to do is that the 400 euro that I have paid approximately, kindly let's divide it into two. Take 200 and let me take 200 and add some to the 200 you will give me, so that I can go and look for somebody to work.
What did she say?
The lady said once I have been able to pay that money to her, unfortunately, in Ghana we say that when your ship goes to the chief palace, it doesn't come back.
It is common.
It is common in Africa.
As you say, when something go to each doctor does not return again. It's just like that. So okay, my question is, as I know, for the application of appointment in embassy, in every embassy, as you need to go to the online portal for that embassy, like German embassy. You need to go to the German embassy portal and just looking for the appointment. You just select the date. Maybe now is February. You see the slot for the interview interview slot,
Yeah.
appointment slot. You just see the date and then you pick the date which is available.
Yeah.
So that is the correct way. But as beginner, you don't understand
You
that.
get
So
confused along the
get
line.
confused, so you get scammed like that. Okay. So after you have scammed, how did you recover from scammed and then now we are here? How did you recover it?
I was obese.
Yeah.
And I was bent
Yeah.
to come.
Yeah.
So after they scammed me, because I want to travel, I still need to go through another process or get another money, look for somebody who can help me out. And fair for me, or fortunate enough for me, I got somebody who was able to secure the appointment date for me.
Okay.
So I secured the appointment date through that person, and I paid something again. To him. This time around, I looked for the person myself.
How much did you pay again?
It was also approximately 400 again.
So total 800
Almost
euro
800
for just an appointment.
Yes, just for appointment to go and then have interview at the German embassy.
What did she do in embassy in order for you to get the appointment? Because I know just booking appointment is like booking there is no middleman in the booking appointment in the embassy. Do you know what she did? Did she do it?
It's all about internet, but like I said, I was a bit naive and I was in a hurry.
Okay,
you know what? I had not
knowledge. Does not have knowledge about
so
it.
My knowledge about those things then was not too much as compared to now.
Okay.
I also felt that when they say you are traveling, you still need somebody to guide you.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
Okay.
It was my first time travel experience.
Yeah.
So I could not get the flair.
Yeah.
I could not be so confident.
So you are just dreaming about Europe.
Yes.
Just doing anything
possible
to secure the position.
That is important.
Okay. Okay. That's
Again,
nice.
let me also add
nice.
to that.
Yeah.
Don't forget that the farmer in his contract that he gave me, he had mentioned a date.
A deadline.
That, yes.
Okay.
The candidate should be here at a date not later than this day. You understand?
Yeah.
So that put a lot of pressure on me. I was looking at the farmer's date, also checking my schedules, looking at how I can meet his date, and then I might not miss the slot. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why you are on rushing.
That's why I was a bit rushing.
Okay. Okay.
It was
nice.
not a rush. Nice. It was that I was obese.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, you have secured your appointment, you have got the visa. For how long did you, when you are going to interview, for how long did you wait for the visa result to come?
I think I did the interview in summer, so it took a bit of time. That's just 1 month.
1 month.
1 month. I was there and they sent me a message that my visa is ready for collection. They said my passport is ready for collection. But in my mind, I thought that definitely it will be my visa have been approved because I went to the embassy virtually with every document that when you go to their website, they are requesting for before you come to Germany. Every document they needed, I had secured those documents. So I knew that my visa was ready. So it was like 1 month.
Okay, Mr. Stanley.
Sure.
What was your impression that you got an email that you have secured a visa? I need to understand what
my impression was
that day. What was your impression?
I knew that me and poverty this time around is going to be a wide gap between us.
Okay.
Because I'm going to Europe. I'm going to make money. I'm going to work hard. My dreams are always being realized. I'm almost at the doorstep of my dream.
Okay.
This time I'm going to make it big. So I started telling some few friends. So happy about that. And then I started buying things that I would use to travel. Let me even put it across that. Because of the excitement and all of those things, I ended up buying things that were even unnecessary. Because I was
Can you mention some example, maybe?
For instance, imagine when I was coming out, I bought sugar. Because I got
so that you are buying African sugar.
I'm bringing my African sugar because I need to come and enjoy. And also, in fact, the thing is that I didn't know some things. You know, you are going to a place you don't know there.
Yeah, you don't know anything about the place.
So I was like, no, let me prepare well. So I had to bring my. In Ghana, we have a stew called shito. Have to prepare shito. Have to go and buy sugar. Have to go and buy some dry fish. Go and buy. I mean, some things that I bought were unnecessary.
Yeah.
But it was all good because it was an experience.
Yeah, experience. You have to pass that experience.
Through, yeah. So I was a bit in a rush, but however, it was a good time to share.
Okay. You come from Ghana, then to Germany. Which city did you land when you first come here in Germany?
Oh, I landed in Stuttgart. My farmer was around Stuttgart.
Okay, what is your impression when you land to Stuttgart? Or what is your impression when you are in aeroplane that you come to Europe when it is your first time?
Let me share this story to make the conversation so exciting.
Yeah.
On that very day that I was traveling in the morning, my flight was in the morning. Let me put it across.
Yeah.
So I left Ghana around 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
And then I used the Turkish flight. So I was supposed to land in Istanbul. Then from Istanbul to Stuttgart. That is how I came. Now, when I got onto the first flight in Ghana, when I was in the air, in fact, it was my first time being in an aeroplane. Okay. So I checked. I saw Ghana from below. Yeah. And then I was like,
very interesting.
Very interesting. I'm gone.
Okay.
Now the interesting part of the story is that when I got to Istanbul, I have not got to my final destination.
Yeah.
But when Istanbul, they are all white.
White, yeah.
So when I saw that, look, right now I'm in the midst of white.
Yeah.
My thinking changed.
Yeah.
My walkings changed. Everything about me that moment changed because this time around I'm seeing a new, different people.
Yeah.
In Turkey.
Yeah.
So finally, I had to go through the process in Istanbul to get another plane to Stuttgart. Within those process too, I was interacting with people. Yeah. I was trying to understand what goes on where, what comes off when. Also, in Istanbul, their airport is very big.
Yes, very big.
When I got there, I got connected to the Wi-Fi. I called people back home that, look, I'm in Turkey now. I'm going to Germany.
Yeah.
So I started bragging. The bragging rights. You know, in Ghana, when you travel, bragging rights become yours.
Okay.
So I started bragging even when I was in Istanbul before I landed in Germany. When I landed in Germany, they were there waiting for me.
Tell me before about when you learned to Turkish, Istanbul. How did you manage to connect the flight? Because most of people, they are struggling there. I see.
Yeah, you're right.
How did you...
I was so fortunate that in the first flight from Accra to Istanbul, I had two friends. One was going to Moldova. And the other one also going to Italy. Now, the gate that I was supposed to use, it was the gate that the Italy guy was also supposed to use. I was supposed to use D5.
That is luck.
But yes, but the guy's flight was around 5. My own was around 3. So he had 2 hours more. Okay. So when we landed around 1, he led me through the processes to that gate.
Yeah. Okay.
You understand me?
Yeah.
So he led me almost through those processes to that gate. When I got to my gate, my time was not even up.
Okay.
But because I was a bit skeptic, I left my bag there. Started
you're
running
scared.
Around. I was a bit scary. It was a bit scary because it was my first time.
Yeah, I understand.
But I still started walking around the whole airport, trying to understand which flight goes where, domestic flights, international flights, all at Istanbul. So the guy actually helped me so much. He was going to Milan and I was coming to Stuttgart.
Yeah.
But because of the time differences, he was able to lead me through. I gave him my phone. He took me pictures. He took me videos. In fact, it was a nice experience that I wish everybody should experience or should have.
Yeah. Okay. You come from there, then you landed to Germany. Okay, you are in Germany for the first time.
Yeah.
What is your first first thing come into your mouth
Now,
and your
I
impression
was a
about
bit
German?
disappointed.
Mm,
Now, my disappointment was that
why? Tell
when I
us.
arrived,
Yeah.
I was so happy I've arrived in Germany that very moment when
Yeah.
the flight landed.
Mm,
My disappointment started when I got to the place to pick up my bag,
Oh.
the luggage belt.
yeah. Yeah.
When I got there, my bag had not come.
Oh.
I stood there for more than 30 minutes. Then,
Mm,
for about 5 minutes, I switched on to my phone and I saw through a message that they could not process my bag to come from Istanbul to Stuttgart. And so the next flight will bring it.
Oh.
That was where my disappointment was.
So.
However,
Okay.
because people were at the airport waiting for me, I just reported to them. So
Okay.
they also took me through the process that because it's normal. I didn't know that it was normal that you could come and your bag might not come. But it was normal something. So we reported. They asked me to describe the bag. I described the bag.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I have some few photos of my bag on my phone. I showed it to them. They also kept those photos and all that. So fast forward, 3-4 days later, after I had arrived home, they brought my bag.
Okay. That's nice.
That yes, that days. That was the days that.
So it means they have good communication, and the follow up is
Yes.
very precise.
Very precise. So they brought my bag to the very place I was in Germany, even though I had arrived here very new. But because of the people who came to meet me, they shared their address and all that. I also have to say that when I got to the gates of the Stuttgart airport, that I started seeing the buildings. I asked myself, so I'm in Europe like that? I was surprised.
Yeah, you're in Europe.
That was the beginning of the whole journey.
Okay. After you arrive in Stuttgart and then your first day in your farmhouse, or did you get your apartment, or you live in the farmhouse or something like that? Can you tell us about more?
Now, the unfortunate part of that story too is that when I arrived, my farmer was now constructing a building for his workers.
Okay.
And so I had to join my colleagues to sleep with them. So we were 3 in a room.
Okay.
So when I came, they were 2. So when I came, I joined, and then we became 3 in a room.
Okay.
I came on a Friday. So on a Friday night. So on the Saturday, the farmer told me that when we were arriving from the airport, he told me that tomorrow I have to rest. I have traveled that long way from Africa. Africa is too far. So I should rest for 1 day, and the next day I should come back to work. So that's how it started.
Okay. So after you arrive, then you start the working. After living 1 month, what can you tell us about German after living 1 month? 1 month in German.
I noticed that systems are working in Germany. You can predict every time what is about to happen.
Okay.
You also have to understand that this place, when they say time, they mean time.
Yeah.
It was a bit new to me, even up till now. Because sometimes you are tired from yesterday, so you could sleep and you oversleep.
Yeah.
I remember last 3, 4, 5 days. I think I went to work and I was late for 5 minutes. Everybody was looking at me.
Yeah.
I was late for 5 minutes.
Because it's a routine.
It's a routine.
Okay.
You cannot be there. They cannot be there.
Yeah.
And you will not be there 5 minutes late. No. Yeah. So it was a bit skeptic at that moment. So when I came, during that first week, first month, it was a time for me to learn. It was a time for me to get shocked. It was a time for me to cry also. Because don't forget that though I am a farmer, I have learned so much about the things that I am coming to do. But here, systems were working and things were a bit different from my original country.
Yeah.
So the farmer was taking me through processes. He was taking me through systems. He was taking me through his principles.
Yeah.
And his principles might be a bit different from what I know in my country. Fast forward again, I came to note that whatever he is teaching me, whatever he is telling me, is just for my good.
Yeah.
I just have to learn it and I appreciate where I am.
Yeah.
So that has been the journey. We have not got there, but we are still in the track.
Yeah, I understand. You know, most of the country in Africa,
Yeah.
we know about going to the market. We are not going to supermarket. We know. Most of African country, most of people, they are not going to supermarket. They're just going to the market to buy fresh vegetable, fresh meat, like that. And you are in foreign country. Your first day you go to the supermarket. What did you see Did you see any different, maybe like that from Africa?
Vast difference.
Very
and
different.
Let me be very honest with you. I was really confused about where I was because personally in Ghana, I had ever gone to supermarket, but I had not taken time. Maybe I go and buy let's say yogurt in supermarkets in Ghana and then I leave. Here, I didn't know that tomatoes, everything is in the supermarket. So when I came, my first at the supermarket, I got stranded a bit.
Okay.
Because I was new to the system, I didn't understand things. But I'm an observant, so I was observing what others were doing.
What about the prices?
Yes.
Did you compare the prices to
I didn't compare
Ghana?
The prices.
Oh, what?
I didn't compare the prices in the initial stage because when I saw one, I thought that it was not anything. But later when I received the receipt and I came home, then I took my time to compare the prices. In fact, at my first day at Aldi, I couldn't compare the prices to be frank.
Okay.
But honestly, after leaving the place, when they gave me receipt, I then came to sit down. Said, hey, this thing costs this. This thing costs this. How much is it in Ghana? And those things. That's how I compare the price.
So you are shocking or you are surprised?
I was shocked. Definitely, I was shocked.
You were shocked?
I was shocked because when I checked it, it means that evening alone, I spent like, in Ghana terms, let me say, 1,000 Ghana cedis, which is so much money.
So much money.
So much money.
What's the 1,000 Ghana cedi by?
That is 100 euro.
100 euro.
Equivalent or 90 something euro.
What is it by in Ghana, for example?
1,000 euro. It's people's rent for the year. It's people's rent for the year. 1,000 cedis. It's somebody's rent for the year.
You are eating for 1 month or what?
I used to buy things that I don't even know how many days I could use to eat. Yeah. Because it was my first time. Yeah. I was not informed about the system. Yeah. And I didn't know how many days this thing would take me. Yeah. I only just bought it.
Just go to boat and you eat and you don't sink in.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. That is nice. Yeah. So you see about German punctuality, you say about German punctuality that they go in with time. In work, like when they told you we are starting work at 6, you need to start work at 6. Yeah. So it is like routine every day you need to do like that. Did you see that system is good for us, or is it system affordable to you, accessible to you, or it make you more as we have used to be like in Africa? We told you that come to 6, you come to at 8. Or at 6 is the time when you start to prepare. So how do you see this system?
Yeah, I think that this system is the best. You work efficiently. Yeah. And then your output is also seen. One amazing thing that I love about the Germans is that when he said 6, in Africa, when they say 6, why we don't go is that when you are able to go 6, you don't meet anybody there. Yeah. But here, when you go 6, when they said 6 and maybe you come 6, you might not even meet them. You might not meet your managers and your other colleagues. Okay. When they say 6, they mean 5:55 or maybe 5:50. Yeah. When they said 7, they are talking about 6:50. So I think that this system is so good, but it's good because they as managers, they as directors, they as bosses, they are also following the same system. Yeah. They don't say 6 and they come 7. No. They say 6 and they were there around 5:50, 5:45. So if you are also a subordinate, a follower, and then they say you should be there 6 and you are now coming around 7, that means you are not serious for the work. And it doesn't also show respect to them. Okay. So this system is very good. If we can adopt it in Africa, I think it will help all of us.
Okay. How about language? You know, here in Germany, they are speaking German language, and you just speaking I think you speak only English and you have a nuclear language from Ghana. How did you manage about language? Do you speak German now or?
The language is scary.
It's scary.
I tell you the truth. It was very scary from the beginning till now.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is that I found myself in a new land. I'm not in Ghana. I'm not in America. I'm not in UK. I'm not in Canada.
Yeah.
Now I'm in Germany.
Yeah.
So this is the language that they speak here.
Yeah.
So what I have to do is that just have to learn it. Maybe I have to take my time in the learning so that I understand the thing very well.
You take your time to learn?
But I have taken my time to learn.
Okay.
But the thing is that the basic ones that they speak for me to understand.
Yeah.
When I'm on the farm.
Like greetings.
Maybe we'll meet tomorrow at this time.
Okay.
At that time, go and count this animals or something like that.
Yeah.
Like those things, I'm able to grab it because it's a routine. It's an everyday language that everybody is speaking.
Yeah.
So when everybody is speaking, it's like you hear it every day. So it also become a routine in your mind, and you are able to also follow suitably. I must also say that the language, I have not thrown away English because English is an international language.
Yeah, it's international language.
Even though I'm learning the German, but I'm trying my best to also keep my English as we are conversing in English.
Now,
yes.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to also keep my English. Because of this German language, sometimes you are forced to forget your English language.
Yeah.
Yes. But I think that I have to try my best, put in effort to protect the English language and also learning
German language.
Yeah.
Okay. As we are winding up, can you tell us about the 3 good things about German and maybe 2 serious things what you don't like in German? And
So the first 3 things I'll talk about first is the punctuality.
Punctuality.
And the second thing is also about the transportation. It's very good.
Yeah.
I mean, you can predict that the train will be here in 5 minutes time.
Okay.
And indeed, 5 minutes time the train will arrive. The bus should be here in 1 minute time.
Yeah.
1 minute time it should be here, and it will be here.
Okay.
So I really like the transport system. I also have to add that I like the supermarket, how things are organized. Yes, because you know where to buy what at any material moment. For instance, maybe you want a phone. You know that you can't get a phone usually at Aldi or maybe Edeka. Edeka and Aldi are one of the supermarkets that we usually visit in where I am. But if you want phone, you have to go to, let's say, Media Market. And that Media Market, you have to find out where it is. Also have to add that we buy things also from online. Which is also good. In Ghana or in Africa specifically, you try to order something from online, and then before you realize they are bringing you something else, or they might even come and take your money and
they disappear.
But here, it's working, and it's worth being here at this time. Let me tell you about 1, 2, 3 things that I don't really like. Some of the people we work with, they still have the racist blood in them. So they usually tend to give you maybe, let me presume and say that the dirty work, they usually prefer you to go and do the dirty work, and they give you more instructions, and they'll be standing there watching you or looking at you. They will not partake in that way. I don't like that thing. I also have to say that most of them are too autocratic. I mean, they want to say this and that is fine. Especially even your colleague, that you work with at work. He wants autocratic. He doesn't want you to express your view and all that. I also have to add that most of our rooms, our houses, is too expensive. Here we pay every month. People are paying 600 euro, 700 euro, 500 euro. It's too expensive. So if in my mind, if it's possible, and maybe rent could be put in one, let's say we pay it once a year, it would have been fine. When you pay it once a year, I think it would have been subsidized, and then people could have gotten their peace of mind. Because right now, every month, if you can't go to work, you still have to go, because if you don't go, who will pay your rent for you?
Yeah.
So
that
if I
that
check,
we call that is culture and the system of different countries.
yes.
That way there is difference
Yeah.
between the countries.
So I wish that system could have changed.
Okay.
I mean, you pay upfront for the year, and when you pay upfront, I'm so sure that you might not. I don't think you might pay more.
Yeah.
We could have seen, maybe we pay for the room and the
yeah.
utilities. We can be thinking about paying it a month, maybe light bill and whatever.
Maybe they use that system because they think about the inflation. You know, the cost of living. This month is 300. Maybe when you pay flat rate, it will be difficult maybe for them.
But sir, you can't talk about inflation just because even if inflation affected, 1 year is not too much of a time.
Okay.
Also, you can also consider 6 months.
Yeah.
If you feel that inflation could be something else,
yeah,
you can project it in 6 months. Every 6 months, maybe we pay.
Yeah.
And the next 6 months you pay. It's possible. In Ghana, for instance, we pay for rent in 2 years. When
2 years.
You pay to the landlord 2 years flat.
Okay.
And you don't pay anything again. You only pay your light bill. And your light bill will be determined by yourself, the things you use in your room.
Okay.
And the gadgets that you use around you. So when you use just a phone, you know that maybe your light bill should be something small.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Mr. Stanley. In one word, what advice can you give to the people coming from Africa about the opportunity in Germany? Just an advice, simple advice.
I think that everybody should come to Europe, come to Germany specifically. There's one advantage here that I keep telling people. Even your algorithm on your Facebook and your TikTok changes. The algorithm here changes here means that you see adverts that you might not even find in Africa.
Yeah.
People looking for people to be recruited, which is a bit weird in Africa. Though Africa, we see a lot of publications about people looking for employers. However, usually in Ghana, typically they had already employed people, but they are just using it as a formality.
Okay.
Here, the advert you see, the things that comes even on your phone, if you try to engage so much, you understand that the system here is working. I also want to put it across that it is good you travel and learn new things. If you really want to develop, everybody needs to learn something from someone before you'll be able to develop. You can't just say any fake thing about Europe. People usually talk about weather. People talk about a lot of bad things. How they came, they see police, they are running hectare, scatter, all of that. But I feel that if you use the right means to come, it's the best opportunity to learn. It's the best opportunity to grow. It's the best opportunity to also unlearn. You understand? So I really want to encourage everyone who gets opportunity to travel to be fast and travel. Don't think twice. The only thing I would advise again is that when you come through the right means. Don't just come by common sake. Because it is not good that you arrive and you see police and you are running hectare. If you come through the right means, you'll get opportunity to study, to learn, to unlearn, to embrace yourself with new things. And by the time you go back to Africa, you'll be a master of your own. Adding to that, I also say that give some time when you come to Europe. Europe is not, especially Germany, is not a place of where you come and make it today. It's a place of time.
So you need time.
Yes. Don't forget that you have been in Africa for years. You could not succeed.
For years.
You've been there for
like
years.
30
Others,
years.
20 years, 30 years. You could not
40
succeed.
years.
You have not been able to succeed. So when you come to Europe, don't think of succeeding today.
So don't stress yourself.
Don't stress
like
yourself.
That.
So for me, I live a very normal life. So I'm so happy being around here. The bad thing is that here you can't make friends so much because everybody is thinking about themselves.
Sure.
In Africa, we can go to our friend's house. We can chill here and there every Sunday. But here, you are a new guy around, and also even if somebody is your friend, he might be busy when you are free. You understand?
I understand.
So it becomes difficult making friendship and then interacting all over. However, it's still a nice place to be. You will learn a lot of things, and then you will grow too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Starley, for coming to me today to my channel and having a good day.
Thank you for having
brother.
me.
Okay, thank you, brother.
Sure.